So we were just in a podcast. We were invited to talk in a podcast about corporate dressing and consulting dressing for women.
Yeah, we were asked what questions like how do we dress? What do we think about before we get dressed to go into a corporate environment with clients and any other environment? In fact, Mafi, you weren't there when I was being interviewed, but we were both interviewed for the same podcast. One of the things I said is I think about whatever room or hallway I'm going to be walking down. And I said that includes the airport, that includes the airplane, that includes the airport lounges. And I said, because you never know who you're going to meet and who you're going to have a conversation with, right?
Yeah.
And these things are important as you're thinking about it's not even just about career navigation, it's about relationship building. And a lot of how we look on the outside is suggesting how we show up. And do you want to show up confident? Do you want to show up like you're assured about who you are and what you know? Do you want to show up as someone that people see as a leader or an influential voice? Right? What
Right.
kind of things did you talk about?
So I talk also about understanding your client's culture as well, understanding how they dress, their dress code, the way they talk, the way they interact with each other, and all of that, which is super important. And I always think that it's better to overdress a little bit than to be underdressed. So even though sometimes most of our clients nowadays are very business casual, I normally tend to be a little bit more business like instead of business casual. Then the other thing that I also think is that it is very important to just give a little personal touch to the way you dress. So even though it's business, you don't have to look like everyone else.
Yeah, it's like bring a little personality, like bring your
Definitely.
personality into it. But a question I have for those of you who are listening to our quick update on how we were so excited to be on this podcast is one of the questions they asked both of us was what has changed about the way we dress, or if we could go back in time and think about the way we used to dress or talk to our old selves. I can't remember the exact way they phrased the question. I think that's really interesting. I'd love for you all to comment. I would love to hear how
Yeah,
they
what
answer the
people
question.
say.
Yeah. So comment below if you could go back in time and give yourself advice about how you would recommend that you dress in a corporate environment. What advice would you give yourself? And I hope we get hundreds of women that respond to this question because I'm really curious.
Yes, definitely.